Well, violent juvenile crime, not unique to Baltimore City, obviously, but Mayor Brandon Scott is joining us to address how his administration is dealing with this issue. It's a paradox. We talk a lot about how violent crime is down overall. Even juvenile crime is down overall, but it's these repeat offenders, is it not, that are the problem?
Well, listen, Denise, we know we talked about this a long time. Yes, it is repeat offenders. That's the frustration for me and the police commissioner and the state's attorney and so many other folks involved with criminal justice in the city. But I think we're still going to continue to have our police officers do their work. You guys just showcase some of that great work by saying they quickly arrested those individuals. And I know that our detectives will be working to solve that case with the stabbing as well. And we'll continue to attack this from our all hands on deck. We continue to have our youth engagement summer strategy and strategies with not just an increased police presence down at the harbor, but actually community groups that are down there engaging with these young folks. We're going to provide opportunities. We all know that we'll have pool parties and late night rec centers and all of these things. We just opened another new rec center last week, the second out of 6 new recreation centers that will open in the city this year alone. Denise, you've been here a long time. We've never seen that before happen in Baltimore City, but we also are going to have the accountability. And we know that this is not just about the police department. The police are going to be out there doing their work, making those arrests. But when we're consistently seeing the same young people over and over and over, and quite frankly, the same adults over and over and over again, that's what we need to have a discussion about the system. Everyone always asks me what I think about the juvenile system, and I'll say to you what I say to everybody. We have to build the system from the bottom up because the services for young people that are in DJS are not where they need to be. We cannot operate this system as if something that this cannot be, Denise, fixed by one piece of legislation in Annapolis.
No, it has to be the police and the state's attorney and DJS working together.
I think they do. They all work together. But I think this is the issue that we have here, right? The police, my job, my responsibility is to make sure the police are out there enforcing the law and making the arrests when people commit crimes. They're doing that over and over and over again. The state's attorney and his folks, they're to prosecute. They are doing that. The issue that we're having here is that we're seeing the same people. It's not the responsibility of BPD. Once they've made that arrest and effectuated that, they've handed it off to the state. What we're talking about is the juvenile system. We understand and know that data proves that you cannot treat children like adults. It doesn't work when you talk about the criminal justice system. And we have to have that balance. What I'm saying to you is that the system that we have today does not work, and we have to build a complete. I don't believe that anywhere in the United States we have a juvenile system that works the way it needs to work, and we need to build it from the bottom up. And that's my commitment to working with our partners from the state to do just that.
Very quickly, a law just passed in Annapolis, the Youth Charging Reform Act, which basically is going to make it, will it not, some repeat offenders easier for them to escape being charged as adults.
Well, I think that it's about what they're being charged for. I think that's the key for me. The high violent crimes, murder, those kind of things are something different. And we have to understand, I'll give you a perfect example. We have to understand that it's a difference between a young person that's getting in trouble from the first time and someone who's 16, 17 years old and they're consistently in trouble. And we have to have that balance, and we're gonna see how legislation pans out. But I can only tell you from experience what I see. I see through our youth engagement so many young folks that may have been on the wrong side that we get back on the right track. But then there's that small few, and I want to be very clear about this, Denise. When you're talking about thousands of kids in the city, you're talking about a very small percentage of them that are the repeat offenders and the ones getting in trouble. By and large, our young people in Baltimore City are doing great things and living their lives the best way. I've been enjoying seeing how many of them are going to college and where they're going to be going. We need to talk about and tell that story every day too, just as much as we talk about these few. But we cannot allow that few to ruin it for the many, right? The few are the exception. The exception are those young people that keep getting in trouble week after week, month after month. The rule are the young people that are doing things the right way, and we have to highlight them as well.
All right. Thank you very much for joining us, Mayor Brandon Scott.